What's up, guys? Welcome to A Guy, a Girl, and a Microphone. I'm Freeman.
Hey, I'm Kelsey.
We are people that work in radio and decided we wanted to talk.
We're literally one guy, one girl, and a microphone.
Two microphones.
Two microphones. Yeah,
we don't want to get that close. But
we are pretty close, though.
I got like 3 feet.
I meant, you're so literal.
We're good friends, actually. And that's kind of the story of how we got here, too, is we do both work in radio. Some of the people listening to this have probably heard us before. And we were just sitting around one day, like, shooting the crap in the office. And Kelsey was like, we should have recorded that. And I was like, we should have recorded that. So now we are recording it.
Yeah, I think literally I said, by the way, I say literally a lot. I think I literally said, I wish that there were cameras and microphones around us all the time for conversations that we have. Because what we say is pretty funny.
But they have that. It's called Big Brother or Survivor or The Kardashians.
You just said 2 of my favorite shows ever. And I'll give you a hint. One, my least favorite show ever involves The Kardashians. I'm just going to throw it out there. But Big Brother and Survivor, I'm a huge fan.
I've never watched. I watched the first season of Survivor, part of it. Wasn't that the season with Richard?
Yes.
The naked guy?
Yes.
Yeah. So I watched that. And then when he went naked, my family wouldn't let me. It was inappropriate. so I've never seen the end of a season. But okay, back in the day, reality TV, that's what it's called. I watched Real World and Road Rules. And that was what I did.
That was kind of the start, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was way before Survivor. They stole that crap because we had Real World Road Rules challenges. And they were way better than Survivor. And
we have to state this too. There is a little bit of an age difference. So like when you were watching The Real World and Road Rules,
you were learning your multiplication tables.
I was watching like Rugrats and Hey Arnold. So
I watched those too. Which that's a nice segue because we should kind of explain how we both got here. Like, you're what, 5, 6, 8, 10, 15? How many years?
Oh my gosh.
No, how many years are you into radio now?
Well, I am in radio, so math is not my strong suit, but 32 minus 28?
What? What is 32 minus 28?
Isn't that how old you are?
I'm 32, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm 28. So 32 minus 28.
I'm 33. I'm not 32. No, what I was asking was, how long have you been in radio?
So professionally 6.5 years.
And then you, like 4 years of college.
Yes.
So really, we got into radio about the same time. I had a year of school, which was all the way back in 2008, but then it took me a couple of years to break into, and let's see, what's today? We're recording on January the 8th. I have now been in radio officially for 10 years and 4 days.
Oh, happy decade-versary.
I was so excited, and then Chelsea and I completely forgot about it on Saturday or Sunday, whatever.
Chelsea is his wife, by the way.
That's right. So we've been doing this about the same time. I don't think I realized that. I don't think I realized you got into it as quick as you did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, about 10 years. So we have sort of figured this thing out. The big question, why did you want to do radio? Because my story is kind of roundabout, but why did you want to do it?
So my first time that anybody ever thought I should be on the radio, I just got a karaoke machine for Christmas, and I was just messing around doing fake breaks, and I think I was in like the 4th grade, and my mom's like, you should be on the radio. And I'm like, I knew back then that there wasn't a whole lot of money in radio, so I was like, I want to be a lawyer.
That's so fun. We're the same human.
Basically. So junior year of high school, though, I took, a blow-off class. So I took broadcast media, and we got into news and radio, and then I was like, this blow-off class has changed my life. Went to college for broadcasting, and here we are.
Very similar story. I actually originally went to college right out of high school as a music major. I was going to teach, and it didn't work out.
How are we the same human? I said nothing about music.
No, I'm getting to that. So I took a semester off, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I went back as a business major because that's the easiest career path to go into law.
Yes.
And so I was going to go into law. And I stepped away. I don't even remember why I left school that time. But the Super Bowl, the year, I don't even remember what year it was. The Seahawks and the Steelers were playing. So whatever year that was, Matt Hasselbeck was the quarterback for the Seahawks.
Google it.
And we were watching, my dad had a projection screen. We were watching the game on this big 8-foot projection screen, and my stepmom was sitting on the couch behind me. And I was calling the plays Like my commentary was coming before the TV commentary. She was like, you should do that. I was like, I don't think you can. Like, I don't know how you get to do that.
I don't think you can do this. And then you have the sports announcers like on air.
Yeah, they're talking, but I don't think I can't do that. But I went to a tech school and got a certificate, and I was really way more focused on the TV side. I wanted to do like news anchor, TV sports, whatever. And finding a job was really freaking hard. Like I was good at radio, don't get me wrong, but it was really hard to find a job in TV. There are no like break-in markets. So I did some promotional work for a Vanderbilt University back home in Nashville. And then I was unemployed for like a year and a half.
Oh.
I was so poor. and
like ramen noodles were fine dining for Freeman at this time.
Ramen noodles. Pff, we didn't have water. Don't be ridiculous. But I was coaching Pee Wee soccer for my then nephew, and I was like filthy dirty walking around downtown, and my future GM was doing a remote in downtown Dixon. And I was like, hey, I thought your radio station closed. And he was like, hey, just bought it a few months ago. Would you like to come work for us? And January 4th, 2010, boom, been in radio ever since. I got to Indy a little over a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. Kelsey and I started working together then. And she does far and away the best country morning show within about a 75-mile radius, whatever our broadcast range is. 100% does the best country morning show. So I have enjoyed every second of being up here and working with you guys. And you've just you're a Hoosier at heart, right?
Yeah. Born and raised, Mooresville, Indiana. It's about 20, 30 minutes southwest of Indy. And yeah, I've been here all my life, loved it. I went to school in Goshen, Indiana. So kind of going back to my broadcasting, I played softball all my life. And so Goshen came up, said, here's a softball scholarship. Guess what? We've got broadcasting. I'm like, guess what? Where do I sign? So that's kind of how I made it up to Goshen, Indiana. And by the way, so I know that we talk about this a lot because you're from Tennessee and you are constantly complaining during the winters about how so cold it is. And it's about, what is it, like 4.5 hours, 5.5 hours?
It's 4.5 hours from my front door to my front door in Tennessee.
Right. So you don't think a 4.5 hour difference is a big deal, but it is. So Goshen from Mooresville to Goshen, Indiana is about a 3.5 hour drive. And then you've got like lake effect snow on top of that.
Nope.
I'm not kidding you. Freshman year, there was 10 inches of snow. And I kept waiting for the emails about canceled classes. Nope.
Trudging right on through.
Heck, went right through it. And it's a big Mennonite Amish area up there. So they've got like full-blown horse and buggies, and those bad boys are going through the snow just like I was walking to class.
Those wheels don't get stuck in the snow. That's why.
They don't. Yeah, you don't ever see like chains on your wagon.
Last year, of course, we're in the middle of air quotes here, winter right now. Tomorrow it's going to be like 58 here where we're at. But last year was my first winter north of the Mason-Dixon. And I saw the meme on Instagram of why do I live in a place where the air hurts my face? And I'd never resonated with something more. Like, we have winter in Tennessee, but like 10, that's the lowest it ever gets, and that's at 5 a.m. Up here, 10 could be a high on a Tuesday afternoon, and you're like, man, it feels so good outside today. Have you guys been out there? It's 10 degrees.
I need you to not downplay this meme, by the way. He comes into work, and he's like giddy like a schoolgirl. Like, Kelsey, this is me. The air hurts my face. And I'm like, cool, Freeman. Like, I got to go do a show. I don't have time for this.
In my defense, the first time I ever I have a really full beard right now. The first time I ever cut it off was in like March, and I baby butt shaved it. Like, it was smooth. And I walked in, I was like, it's really cold outside today. No, your face is just naked.
Yes.
All right, so we've talked about how we got here, but we wanted to do a little back and forth of like who we really are. Like, yeah, we work in radio. Yeah, we're friends and all that. But we have some important questions that we feel like people that listen should know.
Yes.
Do you want to start or do you want me to go first?
I'm going to start, meaning I'm going to ask questions.
Okay, go.
Okay. First question. Because we work in radio, we love music. I want to know about your favorite concert.
Can I split? I've got two. I'm just going to go with two.
Gosh, you are already so difficult. I just wanted you to pick one.
Well, my first concert was Jessica Simpson. Trivia question. I won those tickets on the radio, thank you. But my first real concert was Def Leppard and Journey. One of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. Those two groups crush it. But I saw Garth Brooks' Seven Diamond concert in Nashville when he got his Seven Diamond Award. Everything was acoustic for the most part. Chris Young was there, Kelly Clarkson was there, Steve Wariner was there, Jason Aldean was there, and then Garth was there. Have you heard of Garth Brooks?
Oh my God. One of my favorite concerts, yes.
Seven Diamonds was easily the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, that's my...
I know that we're starting with you, but speaking of Garth Brooks, my husband, Mitchell, is a very big rap, hip-hop, R&B fan. So me working in country, they say opposites attract. It's very opposite. But he is a very good doting husband, and he will go to all of these country concerts with me because it's my thing, and it's what I love, and he's great. So when I told him I got Garth Brooks tickets, like, he didn't understand, like, how big of a deal this was. Until we went to Louisville, we went to the Yum Center. We're sitting there, and it's, full on 3 hours of just amazingness. We walk out of there, and Mitchell also, I should preface this, Mitchell doesn't like crowds, so concerts really are not his thing, especially country concerts. Walk out of Garth Brooks, and he's like, "Can we go see him again?" I'm like, "Yes,
please,
yes."
Yeah, the wife and I have to go. We missed out on Cincinnati tickets, so we're working on our next plan. But I've got to take her. She's never been to a big, like an arena or a stadium concert ever.
Really?
She's seen NSYNC at Bankers Life, and that's pretty much it.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, there's nothing like live music. Seriously.
Amen.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, am I going with another question, or is it your turn?
We'll alternate.
All right.
If you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
Seriously, a dog.
A dog? You go around sniffing butts all the time.
Okay, but listen of their life of luxury. Seriously, you bring them. I would have food brought to me.
That's
I'd
fair.
have a warm place to live.
What if you were a stray? Never mind, she would never be a stray.
No,
Who am I kidding?
I'm 100% lady, not the tramp, okay? And if I pooped in the floor, somebody would clean it up. I would never have to clean up poop.
How many of these things are legitimate problems in your life?
A lot. I have 2 German Shepherds, and they're huge, and they're big babies. And so if I could be any animal and live those 2 lives, I would live their lives.
That's fair. All right. I'll accept that. Okay. I would probably not be a dog.
What would you be?
I don't know. I'd want to be something exotic, like a sugar glider or a marmoset or a koala or something.
Those things live outside.
Yeah, but they live outside in cool places like the jungle or, okay, Australia's not that cool right now.
I was getting ready to say koala, not my top choice right now, unfortunately.
Okay, you win that one. But yeah, it would be something, I don't know.
Not like a dog?
Jungly.
Jungly?
I want to live in the jungle. Sugar glider. I'm telling you, for the win.
I don't know. An elephant would be cool if I really needed to pick something other than like a domesticated animal.
They're really big.
I know, but who's going to mess with an elephant?
Poachers.
You ruin everything. My turn. Seriously, my turn. Okay. If you could be any flavor of ice cream.
Mint chocolate chip. It's sweet, it's minty, and it has chocolate in it.
I just can't do the chocolate chips, though. They're too cold.
It's ice cream. Do you microwave your ice cream? Are you one of those people?
So it's like soup?
No, people do that. They put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds so that it softens instead of being
I did not know that.
That's how you get like soft ice cream.
I thought you just went to a place with soft serve ice cream.
I thought you just left the bowl sitting on the counter for 5 minutes and came back and it was a little melty.
No, the chocolate chips, I don't like them crunchy like that. I will eat like cookie dough ice cream,
but it's soft.
The cookie dough is soft. Yeah. Yes.
No, I get that. No, I love mint chocolate chip. Mint chocolate chip, cookie dough, and more importantly, Ben & Jerry's fish food. Greatest thing ever invented.
I've never heard of fish food.
It has caramel, marshmallow, the ice cream is chocolate, and there are little tiny chocolate fishes in it. And they are delicious.
That actually sounds really good.
It's really good. All right, my turn.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie quote? And it's okay because we can edit for silence.
Movie quote.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is... I don't know if this would be like, I feel like I could be super deep right now, but it's just nothing's coming to me. But You're Killing Me, Smalls is something I say all the time from The Sandlot.
Oh, for sure. Instant cult. Is that a cult classic or an instant classic? Or like a
I don't
true
think I've
classic?
ever heard of instant classic.
It's like the second the movie came out, you're just like, that's going to be a classic.
Oh, back to age. I don't remember when The Sandlot came out.
Oh, I do. I remember it being the ABC Saturday Night Movie of the Week. So, yeah, there's an age gap there. Jeez.
But You're Killing Me, Smalls, definitely one that I say a lot. But it's not like deep, and I feel like I should be super deep with this answer.
Why?
It's not, though.
You going to give us something from like Good Will Hunting? No, thank you.
Oh, that's another good one, though. Apples. You like them apples? You know that scene? When Matt Damon walks up to he gets Minnie Driver's number?
I've never watched it.
What?
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite movies.
See, I would have gone with like, I don't know.
Something deep?
No. No, probably if I had to pick Ghostbusters as my favorite movie, it would have been a Bill Murray line from Ghostbusters, like nobody steps on a church in my town, or mother puss bucket. That's the same scene if you're curious. Or, we came, we saw, we kicked it. Those are good ones. Those are prime examples.
Radio edit.
Beep. All right. Your turn.
My turn. If you could be a cartoon character.
Cartoon character. I'm a long time removed from my cartoon days, but I'm also a huge nerd. So
It's true. You are a nerd. It's okay, though.
Oh, Captain Planet, maybe? I could be Captain Planet. Or Lion-O from the Thundercats. Oh, that's a big one.
Reel it in.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lion-O from Thundercats because he had the sword,
Nope,
Thunder,
I don't know.
Thunder,
Nope.
Thundercats. Oh! The face I just made is why she's laughing.
Back to why I wish we had cameras and microphones all the time.
We'll get there. It'll be fine. Yeah. Thundercats. Lion-O. Look it up, kids. You'll learn something. Oh, so that's kind of who we are. Obviously, we just laugh. That's what we do.
A lot.
That's the reality of it. Whenever we look at this, it's just going to be laugh.
Yeah. You'll have a little bit of banter back and forth and then spikes.
That's the way it works. All right. It is the early portion of 2020. We are 8 days in? That's what we said earlier.
8 days.
8 days in. Before we talk about 2020, are you glad 2019 has died and gone on to the past?
Yeah, 2019 was rough.
2019 sucked.
Yeah, it really did. Like pop culture wise, just personally.
I feel like every generation says this. Like, oh, this is the worst. It was better when I was a kid, or back in my day, you darn kids, get off my lawn. But legitimately, I feel like aside from maybe like Civil War, Vietnam era, and then now, you would be hard pressed to find an American era where people they would just assume punch you in the face as shake your hand or do something nice for you. And that's what 2019 felt like. Like, nobody likes anybody.
Yeah.
It's a boo hiss. So we've kind of sat around and thought about what are some things you hope get left in 2019? Like, obviously, negativity and rudeness and all that. That's fine. Everybody wants that to get left in the year before all the time. But what's something? Do you have an idea?
I do. Yeah. Do you remember the cheese challenge?
No. What?
You don't remember the cheese challenge?
I'm a bad millennial. What is this?
I'm a terrible millennial too, but I'm also a parent. I have a 2.5-year-old son named Brennan, and I saw this on social media, and I was just like,
is this the throwing cheese on the kid's face?
Yes, you do remember. Okay, yeah, and it was called the cheese challenge. And so they would take the slice of cheese, and they would just throw it on the baby's face. It made me so mad.
How does that not qualify as like child abuse or neglect or
Somebody
something?
call CPS, for real.
Well, that one didn't last very long, did it? Like, people got over it pretty quick.
Yeah, because I think moms
were like,
were mad. Can you stop torturing your child? But you know who it probably was? Because I can see my sister, my youngest sister is 21. I can see my youngest sister doing this stuff as the aunt.
Oh, for sure.
babysitting. That's the stuff that she would do. So it probably wasn't the moms and the dads. Well, maybe the dads, but the moms of the country doing it. It was probably the aunts that were babysitting.
Social media trends are never, like challenges, they're just never a good thing. Like the Tide Pod challenge, the cheese challenge. Do you remember the cinnamon challenge or the cracker challenge?
I remember the cracker challenge, not the cinnamon.
I tried that near both of them.
Was it 7 crackers?
I think it was 5 in 60 seconds or something like that. I know I got really close and there just wasn't enough saliva. I feel like if you were hyperhydrated, you could have gotten through that.
See, I don't really like eating fast because I really like my food, so I like to savor it.
Yeah, but saltines suck.
No, they don't. I just had saltines and cottage cheese earlier today, and they were delicious.
I'm gagging. I am really hopeful, and I know it was like the end of 2019, but I'm hopeful that OK Boomer dies.
Yeah.
This is like when we were kids, you had to be nice to your elders.
Right?
Or at least pretend to be nice to your elders.
Yeah. Roll your eyes when they're not looking.
Right. The Gen Zers are just walking around. No offense, Gen Zers. But they're just walking around and they're like, screw you, old people. Come on, guys.
I'm totally going to say offense to the Gen Zers because we are millennials.
Right.
And we get roped in because Tide Pod Challenge was legit the Gen Zers, okay? But everything gets blamed on the millennials. And I'm here to say, put my foot down. That's not us.
I saw an article the other day that said there are millennials that are 40 right now. Like you're talking late 30s, mid 30s, whatever, mid to late 30s. That's the bulk of us. And most of us, here's a word to the wise, most millennials, we have jobs. We live on our own or are married, have kids. Like we're raising families and everybody's over here, darn millennials. That's where I would say, okay, boomer.
Yeah, right?
But there is a big difference. We're not out here throwing cheese on people's faces or eating Tide because we know what laundry detergent is for because we've done our own laundry.
Oh, yes. Yes. Snap.
Mom's doing their laundry because they live in the basement. So that one and overreactions to everything. I want this to die, burn, be resurrected, and burnt again. I mean, anything and everything. Like, again, it's January 8th. So today, I don't know if you knew this, but over the weekend, World War III started. And today, World War III ended because it wasn't real.
Right.
Because we all freaked out about World War III, or we freak out about, I don't know, GMOs, or me dropping my phone, or the latest iPhone, or the latest trend, or the latest challenge, or whatever it is. We freak out about everything.
We do. And we get offended by everything.
Yeah, if my butt hurt as much as some people on the internet's butts hurt, I don't know how you sit down when you're that sore about stuff.
You get a pillow, like the donut, so that you just deal with it. You go on.
I'm going to start handing those out for your butt hurt. Here's a butt donut.
I saw you were upset on social media. Here's a butt donut.
Do you need ointment with that too? Oh, the butt hurt is strong with this one.
There's the line, and that's where we just jumped right over it.
I can live with it.
With the ointment.
Oh, having said, though, things that we wish would die in 2019, I was looking for self-improvement in 2020. I know everybody says that, but like I came in with some pretty strong resolutions. Do you and Mitchell do resolutions?
We have before in the past. A couple of years ago, so when I had my son, I gained a lot of weight. And when I say a lot of weight, like 90 pounds. And so I had a New Year's resolution going into 2018 to lose a bunch of weight. And I did. I lost 100. So I lost 10 more than what I gained when I was pregnant. And that was really the only year that I've done pretty well with sticking to a resolution. Mm-hmm. But this year, I think I'm going to just try to be better about maintaining that. Because I kind of also am like a roller coaster, like with my food or my working out. So I'm going to try to maintain a little bit better.
I just know that you were bigger when I met you than you are today. And there was like a big drastic difference from like October of 2018 to when I went to post something on social media in April of 2019.
Did it not recognize me on Facebook?
No, it wasn't that. It was that I went to post it and I was like, Kelsey will kill me if I post this picture. Because you didn't look the same. You looked different. I came on staff in the middle of you going through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we went on this old airplane and flew on this old airplane, and it was a picture of you standing in the plane. I was like, that does not look like her. And I was like, I can't post that on social media.
The reason I ask you about the tagging thing, because my husband Mitchell has an iPhone, and you know how it recognizes people and it puts people into select like categories when it in your photo album. I have like 3 different pictures for facial recognition from when I was at my biggest, like right after I had Brennan, in the middle of weight loss, and then to now.
Well,
and pre-baby.
I think the idea of like maintaining that's a really solid goal.
Because I think that's almost the hardest.
Yeah.
Because when you get down to your goal, you're okay. Like, all right, what now?
Let's relax. Yeah. I can go eat that cheeseburger. I get that.
I can go eat that nasty mint chocolate chip ice cream.
I can go have a Tide Pod. It'll be delicious. I have never been a big resolution person myself. Like, it just wasn't my life. But I decided this year going in, because last year was super hectic and like all over the place. I started dating in November of 2018. I got engaged to the girl in April and got married to her in November of 2019.
It was a whole cycle of a year.
It was also very interesting to see Kelsey through that period, because she was like, I don't know what you're doing right now. Oh, gosh, you bought a ring. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Okay. So my husband and I have been together for 8 years, and we got engaged after 3 years of dating. We were engaged for a year and a half, and now we just celebrated our 4th wedding anniversary. So I just move at a much slower pace. So when my friend Freeman is like, I just met this girl, I'm going to ask her to marry me. Hey, by the way, in a couple months, we're getting married. I'm like, whoa, my brain is like on fire.
She was only really concerned because she was going to be in the wedding and she had to find a dress, and she only had 6 months to get it. But neither here nor there. After the year that was 2018, lots of good things came out of it, but I just felt tired all the time. So I actually set goals for myself this year. Number 1 was slow the heck down. Like, stop being so busy all the time. So we've been saying no to stuff already in 2019. Number 2, I downloaded Mint from Intuit, like QuickBooks people.
Oh, yeah.
I downloaded that on my phone. I've got all my bills like logged in and accounted for on there. So it tells me when they're due, how much they are, all that stuff. It's synced with my bank account and like tells me my balance, shows me if I'm spending more than I'm bringing in and all of that. And then I have like, there's budgeting in it. It does your credit score, all of that. So like getting on top of finances. And then Chelsea and I just started on January 1st, this is going to be either real spiritual or real nerdy for a lot of people, but we just started chronologically reading through the Bible. We're going to do that in 2019. And we've actually managed to stay on task, which is even better. Like, I know it's only 8 days, but we're on it.
That's a big deal.
Reading anything is a big deal for me. I'm more of a phonetic guy, like an oral guy. I just like to hear it. But yeah, so those are the big 3 for me. And we've got really good jump starts. Like, no, I don't want to go to your child's dance recital. Yes, I'm going to turn on auto pay on all my bills. And yes, I'm reading every night before bed. So we'll see how that's working in, I don't know, 2021, if I got there or not. But
Whoa. We'll see how that works come June. Let's do a baby step. Baby step. You know I'm all about the baby steps.
Shots fired.
And the envelopes and everything back to
That's
bills.
true.
Yeah. Because we're about to actually pay off my student loans and be
Get it.
debt free as far as bills, not with our house. So I totally respect you guys and think it's awesome that you're getting down to crunch time with it when it comes to getting bills under control.
Budgeting's a big thing. I've had to live really tight for a large portion of my life. That hasn't necessarily been her life. So both of us kind of getting on the same page financially, me being like, yeah, it's okay to spend $20. We don't have to buy hot dogs and macaroni and cheese.
Ramen noodles.
Well, we have nearly blown through 30 freaking minutes, and I don't feel like we've talked about anything, so that's fun.
Just ourselves.
Just laughed a lot. We're so funny.
Lots of peaks.
Yes, peaks and valleys. Dead air, and then With that, though, before we get out here, we did have one actual topic we wanted to talk about. And I thought this was really cool because Twitter's doing it right now. Like, you can go on there. I don't know what the hashtag is. I didn't look it up, but this was really, really cool to me. I'm a big music guy, a big movie guy. And with that comes soundtracks.
Yep.
Now, do you care if the soundtrack is good or not? Like, I'm all about, like, John Williams puts good soundtracks on Star Wars, and whoever did the Lord of the Rings music might have been John Williams too. But, like, not just songs you know, all music.
No, I want to be able to sing to it.
Like Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay, I love all Disney movies and the Disney soundtracks.
Matata.
That's not Beauty and the Beast.
I know, it's Lion King. You said all Disney movies.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, I want to be able to sing to it. Like, how do you sing to da 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 da? Isn't that Star Wars?
I mean, sort of. It's that's you were close. You were in the same ballpark as Star Wars. You don't sing to it. It just sets the mood. Like the swanky sex scenes in a movie. If you didn't have an oboe playing in the background, you would not know what to do there.
I wouldn't know what bow ba bow was.
That's what I'm saying. If there was no bow ba bow.
No, I can see the bow ba bow. I don't need the bow ba bow.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense without the bow ba bow.
Do you have the bow ba bow music playing when you're bow ba bowing?
Depends on the day.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you?
Okay.
You don't ever turn a soundtrack
erase the line now. We got to go back.
You guys don't have a soundtrack?
Go back.
I'm climbing back over the line. Best movie soundtrack of all time. Do you have a theory? Do you have a soundtrack that just stands out? That's a big old no.
I was waiting for you to stop moving.
Sorry. I dropped my phone.
I was a big fan of the Dirty Dancing soundtrack.
That is, I didn't know I've had the time of my life. Like the iconic song, right? Did you know that song was original to the movie?
I did know that.
I had no idea.
Yes.
I thought it was like a period song, and then they just like brought it up.
No,
for that movie, it was an original.
I did know that, and that was one of my my cousin, one of my closest cousins. We tried to do the dance, and I was Patrick Swayze of the two of us, and let's just say the lift did not bode well for my aunt's coffee table.
It's okay. The lift didn't bode well for Patrick Swayze's knee either, but...
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They got through it, so it's fine. Dirty Dancing didn't even make Twitter's top 14.
It didn't?
No.
Really? In
fact, at the top of the list is The Harder They Come. And I didn't know what that was. It's a 1972 movie about Jamaican experience. You know what? Go watch it. How about that? Pulp Fiction made the list. Easy Rider made the list.
Oh, Pulp Fiction. That's a great movie.
Purple Rain, which I don't think is fair. Purple Rain is literally a movie written by Prince for an album he had in his mind already. Like he created the movie for the album. That's kind of cheating, right?
So is that like a music video then? Just long form? Long form music video?
Whoa. No. My aunt hates Purple Rain because her roommate played it on repeat when they were in college. Oh. She's like, no, if I have to hear Purple Rain ever again. Let's see. What else is on there? Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, yeah.
Grease. Yeah. Sound of Music. Dazed and Confused. Magnolia. And one of my personal favorites, Guardians of the Galaxy, which has the best 80s soundtrack.
Yes, so good. Okay, but that's another topic, though. Because Grease, I mean, that's a musical. So... of course the songs have to be good because they're actually singing those songs and dancing to them in the movie. But something like Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, that's background music to enhance the movie. They're not necessarily, wait, stop, Sandy. We need to have a dance break.
There's no John Travolta in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's true.
But there's Chris Pratt. There is Chris Pratt.
I think that's probably two separate categories. You're right. Deadpool did the same thing. Deadpool had really good music in it.
You're right, yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy got me thinking, if you've ever seen the Topher Grace movie with Anna Faris, it's Take Me Home Tonight. That one has a ton of like 80s Eddie Money style songs. I don't know that Eddie Money's even in, like, I don't know if they even play Take Me Home Tonight in the whole movie, but there's like a Suncoast video in there. That's like the era it's set in. So there's tons of like 80s pop and rock in it. That one's pretty high on my list. And I said before the show, I said Rent is at the top of mine. Like,
but that goes back into the...
It's a musical, I know. Yeah.
And then you could have a third category because you were just talking about Eddie Money. And I was thinking about, like biographical movies about musicians.
Bohemian Rhapsody, holy crap.
Walk the Line.
Oh, yeah, so good.
I fell in love with Johnny Cash. And I've always been a huge country music fan, but I love Johnny Cash after that movie. Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon, though, amazing.
Baby, 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 baby. That is my favorite scene from the whole movie. Love it. Well, there you go. You can get on Twitter and type in best movie soundtrack of all time, and there's a whole feed. So if you agree with us and think that they got it wrong, or if you agree with the internet, don't agree with the internet. It's a terrible idea. You can weigh in on over there. We are going to try and do this, once a week?
Yeah.
What?
Once a week. And speaking of Twitter, we're both on Twitter.
We are, at Radio Freeman.
And at Kelsey James 24.
There you go. I didn't even know you had Twitter.
I do.
I don't follow her.
Back to us being terrible millennials. We're terrible at Twitter, but we are going to get better. We are really good at Instagram, and Facebook.
Facebook, good at both of those. You can literally look me up as Radio Freeman on everything because I patented that long before I was in radio. Boom.
Did you?
Yeah. I've had Radio Freeman on like YouTube, WordPress, the entire internet. Radio Freeman, me.
Well, I didn't patent it. My parents did 28 years ago, but Kelsey James, 24, on everything.
There you go. Did you do that when you were 24?
No.
Oh.
I didn't.
I thought there
was.
But
I was born on the 24th of April, and 24 has always been my softball number, so there you go.
There will be a link in the description to our social medias because that's way too convoluted. Kels, see you in a week.
Freeman, you too.